December 16th, Mo Valley, sitting on the east side of the yard. And we got one coming off the Council Bluffs, Mo Valley sub onto the Boone sub. It is now heading east. What's better? Mo Valley, crew change. So the Council Bluffs Mo Valley sub is shut down right now. There's a maintenance away crew welding. I'm waiting for them to get off, because as soon as they get off, it is going to be crazy here. We're going to be seeing a lot of traffic that's waiting to come out of Council Bluffs to head north to Sioux City, and a lot of the eastbound traffic that has to work Council Bluffs. Alright, December 17th, Fremont, Nebraska, and the UP local from Valley working Scholar, S-C-O-U-L-A-R, here in Fremont, dropping off cars. Rich Bernardin, founder of Railfan Adventures. That one's from Valley. car. You can see in the background there, their engine's working. Also, what's missing is 3200. It used to be here. It's now gone. I think somebody bought it. It had a blown supercharger in it. It's now missing. Used to be pretty much right where that engine is, right on the other side to the left. Alright, Rich Bernard and founder of Railfan Adventures. Fremont, Nebraska. This is a southbound coming out of Sioux City. Going to Ashland. On the BNSF Sioux City sub here in Fremont. Would be railroad south. It's gonna go down to Ashland, swing west. It's either gonna go into Hobson or continue down to St. Joe sub to wherever it's going. I'm thinking most likely this is gonna go into Hobson and get put over the hump. February 6th, December 16th. Man, I need these blue ones in O scale. They're cool. Man, they really are cool. I really like them. Have propane in them. Alright, Railfan Adventures, Pacific Junction, and this is a eastbound loaded coal drag. DEEX, DETX are your reporting marks. Rich Bernard, founder of Railfan Adventures. I don't know what date it is. The 19th of December. December 19th. Again, this coal drag is heading east. Oh man, here comes a a BN coal porter that's actually being used for coal and not sweet bran. There you go, 53,534,500. Most of those were bought by Cargill and then tarped, and they're used to move sweet bran between Blair, Nebraska, and Texas and Mexico. I started the day here in Pacific Junction. And here's our rear DPU. Railfan Adventures, Pack Junction. Alright, December 19th. I am in Ashland, Nebraska. We got an eastbound main one. This is loaded corn heading east. Railfan Adventures, Ashland, Nebraska, December 19th. Number 2 yellow corn. Actually, correction. This is feed. Feed heading east. I'm here in Ashland, Nebraska. This is the start of the Sioux City sub for BNSF to go north. The Omaha sub to my right. And here comes our rear view. Took it along. 4230. Railfan Adventures, Ashland, Nebraska. December 19th, 2025. Rich Bernardin, founder of Railfan Adventures. And we have an eastbound creeping. Either getting ready to go down the Omaha sub, which I believe he is. He's just waiting for the switch. We shall see. Well, December 19th, Ashland, Nebraska. This is the Hobson to Gibson turn. Our poor conductor had to get out and throw the switches because they're frozen. So apparently BNSF on the Creston sub is having some technical difficulties with their automation today. The switches aren't working. So the conductors are having to manually throw the switches on the main here. This one just came off the Creston and is going to the Omaha sub right now. The conductor disembarked off this lead engine, threw the switch and then the frog to get him on the sub. And we'll find out what's going to happen in a few minutes here. Rich Bernard and Railfan Adventures, December 19th. Alright, with our conductor back on board after manually throwing the switches and then placing them back into the automatic mode. Our Hobson to Gibson turn is now heading east, railroad east. He's now coming off the Creston sub and heading down the Omaha sub. Pretty much everybody out here right now is having problems. We had gusts up to 100 miles an hour yesterday with the storm that went by, and a lot of communications and power is out in areas throughout Nebraska and Iowa. So everybody's having problems. Rich Bernard, founder of Railfan Adventures, sitting in Ashland, Nebraska. This is start of the Sioux City sub and the Omaha sub for BNSF. Both subs come off the Creston sub here, and this one is coming off the Creston and heading to Omaha, railroad east. Again, both the manual, the automatic frog and the automatic switch for the Omaha sub had to be thrown manually. Apparently they're having some communication problems here, so our poor conductor had to get out. Alright, that's pretty cool. Here's a big red line. Yeah, I want to get these no. They only run out here in Nebraska. Pretty cool. Basically the college's small little railroad there in Lincoln. Alright, December 19th, Ashland, Nebraska. Westbound empty coal drag. On the Creston sub. JHMX is your reporting mark. NDYX, WFRX. Alright, so it's RWSX, NDYX, DEGX, DEGX, WFRX. Several different reporting marks on this one. ECGX, APOX. This is a westbound empty coal drag heading out to either Colorado or Wyoming to get loaded. FURX, ECGX, lots of different CNFX. Man, what a hodgepodge of leasing cars on this one. We had 3 up in the front pulling. APOX. Here comes our rear DPUs. See what we got. Looks like more pumpkins. December 19th, 2025, Rich Bernard and Railfan Adventures. Alright, December 19th, 2025, Rich Bernard and founder Railfan Adventures. And this is a special train. This is the Fremont to Gulfport, Mississippi. Just came off the Sioux City sub. I missed it. I was getting a sandwich. I got ahead of it. Again, Fremont to Gulfport, Mississippi. All of this stuff is food, medicine, and feed for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. It gets loaded in Fremont. The meat packing plants, like Purdue, all that stuff gets put into these boxes. Some of these you're going to see are tarp. That is actual corn and grain. See if I can see one. Cars, all kinds of stuff gets put in this, and then it goes directly to Puerto Rico. See if I see any of these tarp loads. There are usually a few of them in this. All 40-foot boxes. A lot of meat. Here comes more meat. The reefer units. That's meat and chicken and poultry and all kinds of stuff. And then still haven't seen the tarp loads yet. Those are pretty cool because they got basically the truck pulls up and they load these through the top of these boxes, corn and feed and stuff made here. And again, it gets shipped to Puerto Rico to take care of livestock and people. I mean, this really has like a little bit of everything in it. It not only goes to Puerto Rico, but Gulfport, Mississippi also goes to Europe. So, but a majority of this will be going to Puerto Rico. Basically, all the reefer units I know, and I know the tarp ones. These MSCS, I think that's like the med, something that goes like Europe somewhere. This one didn't have a lot of tarps. I guess we didn't see the send feed this time. There comes our rear DPU pushing. Railfan Adventures, Ashland, Nebraska. That was the Fremont to Gulfport, Mississippi. Alright, December 19th, as I was on my way back to Ashland, this westbound empty coal drag came up. I missed the front end. But this is one of the BNSF coal drags, which is awesome to see. I like it when it's railroad cars. I don't mind the leasers, but I like seeing cars owned by the railroad. And that's what this is. This is an entire train just full of BNSF coal porters. Two DPUs on the rear end. And there it goes. Here's the maintenance way train. That's pretty cool. Good picture of that. And while we're sitting in the yard here, there's 8363, which has been tasked with moving the maintenance away train. Across from me is the maintenance away for the Kristen sub. Railfan Adventures, Ashland, Nebraska. All right, December 19th, 2025. Ashland, Nebraska. Rich Bernardin, Railfan Adventures, founder of it. And we have a Railroad East loaded coal drag. BNSF, DEFX, NOKL, BNSF. Got a little bit of everything on this one, mainly railroad cars owned by the railroad, BNSF. I think we just caught the empty one going west. This is the loaded one going east. That was the BN. Try to catch them in the BN cars, the original paint. There's one. There's another one. Old style. I like seeing the older ones. Catch one of them original BN ones, hopefully. I missed it, I didn't grab it. There we go. There was an original BN. There's an original BN. Another one. Railfan Adventures, Ashland, Nebraska. December 19th, Rich Bernardin. This is ethanol and empty, I believe. Heading west. Yeah, this is an empty ethanol. I believe this one is going to Columbus, Nebraska, Cargill, Columbus, Nebraska. It's a Hondo. That's what they call it at Cargill, Hondo. This empty coming back. BNSF Cargill to Galveston. This is obviously Galveston back to Cargill and Columbus. These are empties going to get loaded. Again, Rich Bernard in Railfan Adventures, Ashland, Nebraska. That is the westbound. Right now it's Railroad West, but that train technically would be north. It's coming from Galveston going to Columbus, Nebraska. Alright, Rail fans, Rich Bernard here, founder of Railfan Adventures. I am in Ashland, Nebraska. This is a former CBQ line here. It's also the Omaha sub and the Sioux City sub for now BNSF. What we got going on? We have a green for something to come that's coming west to go north on the Sioux City sub. And heading to the west, we have this guy creeping up. I believe this is the maintenance away train that was I took pictures of earlier. He's come out on the main now. He's waiting to go somewhere. I'm thinking he's going to cross over and go to Omaha, which is right here in front of me. This track, the farthest one, that one there, and then over that bridge in the distance, crossing over the Platte and going into Omaha. But first, like I said, we're going to have a westbound that's going to go here, make this nasty curve, and it really is a nasty curve, and head north. We shall see. Railfan Adventures, December 19th, 2024, Ashland, Nebraska. And yours truly. My name is Rich Bernard. I'm the founder. I'm out here today getting new material for you guys. Stay safe, take care of each other. Let's keep changing the world one smile at a time. Alright, here comes that westbound pulling the maintenance way train. And he did not go on the Omaha sub. He is creeping eastbound right now. I think they're going to Y him on the track in front of us, and he may go west. We shall see. This train's got all the maintenance away for the rail replacement crew. I was out here. Oh yeah, here comes an old Ashtabeka Santa Fe with the conductor riding. Poor guy, he's gonna ride. Oh, that sucks. Oh, it's windy as hell and cold. Yeah, they're gonna Y him here. get him when he makes the reverse. All right, December 19th, and there is our beautiful Ashland Santa Fe gondola. And our conductor has found some shelter and a maintenance away piece of equipment, thank God. I cannot even begin to tell you how windy it is here and how blistering cold it is. I'm glad he was able to find some shelter instead of trying to ride that gondola, which just isn't safe. I felt really bad for him having to ride down there. He's one of the maintenance away guys I know from the yard here in Ashland. And I thought at first that this train was going to go to Omaha, Gibson Yard. And what they're doing is that they're wiring it here, and it's probably going to go to Hobson or Havelock. We're going to see it reverse up the Ashland sub and then head west towards Hobson. This was the rail replacement maintenance away team here. They did ties and rail in the yard and on the main here, replaced some switches. Everything looks really nice right now. There's our unit doing this move. 8363. Thank goodness that conductor was able to get in that maintenance way piece of equipment. Thank God. You guys can see the grass blowing and the trees moving in the background. I cannot even begin to tell you how windy it's been here the last 2 days. It's not that it's terribly cold, but when the wind blows, it's pretty cold, and there's debris flying, there's leaves and dirt, and that is the Midwest for you. So he's reversing. Right now he's going over the bridge. It's over the creek over there. He's going to reverse past the switch, and then he should be heading west. All right, ladies and gentlemen, December 19th, sorry about that, December 19th. And after wiring the maintenance way train, we are now coming, well, it would be Railroad West, but it's south, off the Sioux City sub and heading to Hobson Yard with all of our maintenance away equipment. Our conductor got off. The engineer reversed back to pick him up. Dispatch gave him, aligned the switch and gave him the green to come out, and here they go. Again, there's that beautiful Ashland Santa Fe gondola. Panning to the west here, and off into the sunset they go. Not really the sunset, but they're westbound. Railfan Adventures, Ashland, Nebraska. Rich Bernard and founder. Let's keep changing the world one small at a time. All right, 23rd of December, Mo Valley, westbound. Might be a tabletop. It might just be empty well cars going back. My camera's screwing up with that. tabletop. That's what it looks like. It's got the green. Why are we on restricted speed? He's got a high green. That's weird. Unless they're stopping him in California Junction, which could be the case. Well, it's a tabletop. Empty well cars heading west. Railfan Adventures, Mo Valley. Alright, December 23rd, 2025. I'm here at California Junction. This is one town west of Mo Valley. This is a small section of single track. And we have an eastbound. This is I believe an extra coming. And you'll know why it's an extra in a minute. Because we had all that power and that is it. And this eastbound is actually holding up because it is single track here, 2 westbound. Pan to the east here. You should see it in a minute. My camera's still screwed up. The one on the left is a big manifest. And then the one that you're going to see in the middle here is that tabletop. There he is. Railfan Adventures, California Junction. Alright, December 23rd, 2025, California Junction. And they decided after that the extra went by to run the tabletop west. And Manifest is holding. They're gonna run the tabletop west because he's light. He can get going up the grade here. That Manifest is it's huge and it's heavy. It won't take him that long. Cars. Railfan Adventures, California Junction, Nebraska. Iowa. Alright, December 23rd, California Junction. And the big manifest finally got the green. cars, the Civic and the Cape. Two good fallen flag cars. Another westbound coming up behind him on the middle track. Again, Railfan Adventures, December 23rd. I'm here in California Junction, Iowa. This is how UP goes north from Sioux City right here. C&W. This is how Chicago Northwestern gets to Fremont. Here we go, catching the C&W on the C&W. Oh, it's a beautiful car. Here comes our mid-train DPU, 7159. And as I pan to the east, you can see there is another manifest holding Railfan Adventures, California Junction. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Rich Bernard and Railfan Adventures. I am at California Junction. It is December 23rd. And that other westbound finally got a green. Again, this is where UP goes north on the Sioux City sub. This train is heading west. Its destination is going to be Bailey Yard. Interesting fact, all the manifests that run by me here all will terminate. They'll be working on the yard, but all of them will terminate in Bailey. Here we get anything good. Colson, Ward Chaplin, Flannery, Weston, right here, Weston. Alright, we got two rear DPUs pushing this. $54.74 and $26.69. Railfan Adventures, California Junction. December 24th. This is a westbound empty coal drag. I'm here at Pacific Junction, Iowa. Oh, cool. BNSF coal quarters. Some leasers in there. but mostly BNSF coal porters. Oh, here's an old BN. Still running the rails in original paint. Richmond Arden found their railfanning adventures. Pacific Junction, Iowa. On December 24th. There's another old BN. Ooh, and another one. Another one. I like seeing the original paint stuff, guys. Get them while you can. Because once they hit that 50-year mark, you're not going to see them. Again, Richmond Arden, Pacific Junction, Iowa. Westbound empty coal drag. Ooh, another one. Oop, got another one. And our rear DPU 9141. Again, Richmond Arden, Pacific Junction, Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2025. Alright, December 24th, and this is a northbound, now swinging west, coming off the, Kansas City. This is an empty cold corn train that will be going to Hancock, Iowa. It came up from Texas, where it was unloaded in Texas, and it comes up here. It goes to Hobson Yard, Hobson Yard in Lincoln, and then it'll come back this way, go up the Council Bluffs sub, and then IAIS will take this and bring it to Hancock, Iowa. Where it'll get loaded with number 2 yellow corn. I used to load this train at work. In fact, I loaded this train before it went down to Texas. This is it coming back. It takes just a little over a week for it to go down and back. Once it gets to Hobson Yard, it'll turn into the Hancock Shuttle. I don't know what they call it when it's coming from Texas up, but it's the Hancock Shuttle from Hobson to Hancock, Iowa. Again, Richmond Arden, Pacific Junction. It is December 24th, 2025. Pacific Junction, Iowa. This is where trains coming up from Kansas City head west to Hobson Yard. They can go east. And it's also the start of the Council Bluffs sub going north. This train came north and is now swinging west. Once this train gets to Hobson Yard, when it goes from Hobson Yard to Hancock, it's called the Hancock Shuttle. All right, December 24th, 2025, Pacific Junction, Iowa. My name's Rich Bernardin. I'm the founder. And we have the southbound coming out of Council Bluffs that's going to swing west to Hobson Yard. I believe this is coming from Bungie. Actually, this is the Baird Local. I'm sorry, this is the Baird Local coming back. He went out earlier this morning. I called him when I was at the diner. Why my camera's not focusing? Yep, this is the Baird Local coming back. This is going to go to Gibbon Yard in Omaha. Well, normally we go back to Gibbon, but this might be big enough. You might run this right to Hobson Yard and Lincoln. Bungie. I got pictures of those butchers working today. Also, they'll be in this video. And there's the end, ladies and gentlemen. Railfan Adventure. Pacific Junction, Iowa. Alright, December 24th, 2025. Napier City. This is where the St. Joe's comes into the Council Bluffs sub. Rich Bernardin, founder of Railfan Adventures, and we have a southbound coming off the St. Joe's sub, heading south to Kansas City. This looks like the Hancock shuttle reloaded this week. These should be loaded going to Texas. Yep, this is the Hancock shuttle I loaded this week. It is going to Texas. Right now it's heading south to Kansas City off the St. Joe sub. And our rear DPU 9314. Railfan Adventures, Napier City. Alright, December 24th, 2025, Rich Bernardin, Christmas Eve. I'm here at CP Napier City. This is where the St. Joseph sub dumps into the Council Bluffs sub, heads south to Argentine Yard and Kansas City. Right now we got one loaded coal heading south. Look at this, we got NS is here. We caught foreign power. On the southbound coal drag going to Kansas City, low foreign power. This is RWSX, APOX. Rapid discharge hoppers, JHMX. Basically leaser train of coal. Wow. Smell it. Second unit was NS. And this coal drag is now heading south to Kansas City. Came off the St. Joseph sub. I think it's still on the St. Joseph sub, to be honest with you. The St. Joseph sub starts there at Hobson and Lincoln, Nebraska. Comes over here into Missouri. Crosses the Missouri. It's in Missouri now. Heads south down to Kansas City. This is also where the St. Joe splits from the Council Bluff sub, or from the Pacific Junction sub, however you want to call it. I don't know how it works anymore, since the Diamond's not there anymore. But this is Railroad South, loaded coal. It's a twofer. The DPUs, we got another NS. Yes, more foreign power. Alright, that's pretty cool. The rear DPUs also included another NS unit. Awesome. Railfan Adventures, Napier City. Alright, Napier City, December 24th, 2025. Rich Bernard and founder of Railfan Adventures. I'm here with the St. Joe sub, splits off of the Pacific Junction sub. And we have a northbound coming out of Kansas City. Empty coal, it's a mega. I caught this in St. Joseph's and got ahead of it. This is a double empty heading north. It is going to go up the Pacific Junction sub. PPEX is your reporting mark. I might catch this one again at Pacific Junction. I'll get it here, and I'm going to be heading home right after this. On 29, I might be able to catch it again. Again, this is a mega. It's 2 trains in one.
Testing. System ready.
Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Christmas Eve. This will be the last one for the night for me. Unless I can catch it again at Pack Junction. We'll see. This one's going to head north to Pack Junction and then swing west to Hobson Yard and Lincoln on the Creston sub. It is destined for the Powder River Basin. PPEX is your reporting mark. Here comes our mid-train DPUs. I got 3 of them, all facing north. 6,400. And JHMX is your next reporting marks, along with DEGX and DYX. This is a mixed batch of reporting marks, mainly leasers. Again, another empty heading north. 2 trains in one. This makes it one of the mega trains that we get out here. Step out real quick. Again, I caught this when I was leaving St. Joseph's, Missouri, and decided to catch it again here at Napier City. I'm on Ice House Road. This used to actually be where they would ice railroad cars. Right now this is heading north to Pacific Junction. Once it gets to Pacific Junction, it'll swing west onto the Creston sub and head to Hobson Yard, where it'll be recrewed. Then it'll take the Sandhill Division out to the Powder River Basin. There's an old Santa Fe right there. Here comes our rear 2 DPUs. All right, Napier City, Missouri, right where the St. Joe's comes into the, I guess it's the Pacific Junction sub, and they both head south to Kansas City. We got a southbound load of coal. Loaded coal, KPLX, Kansas Power and Light. Right where the signals are down there is right where the St. Joe's sub heads north, going north. It goes northwest to Lincoln, the Hobson Yard, and the other one just goes due north right up to Pacific Junction. Right there at those signals. Railfan Adventures, Napier City. All right, December 24th, Napier City. This is where the St. Joe sub joins the Pacific Junction sub. This train is heading south down to Kansas City. Just came off the St. Joe sub. It's now southbound. Super foggy today. It's been foggy all day. This is right off of Ice House Road. This is where they used to basically put ice in railroad cars. I believe it's going to be another loaded coal drag. Yep, another loaded coal drag. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's December 27, 2025, and I am in Mo Valley. Rich Bernardin, founder of Railfan Adventures. And I started my day here. I pretty much think I'm heading west. I'm thinking I'm going to Gibbon today. But on my way here, I saw a mega coal drain. For all of you that don't know, that aren't from out here, UP calls 2 trains in one megas. Mega coal drag, mega manifest, mega intermodal. It's when they combine 2 trains into 1 train, and they either send it east or west. BNSF has been doing it lately, but UP was the first one to do it out here. In fact, I think they set the record. They did 3. It was I believe it was an empty coal drag going west that they did in, I don't know, they set the record for the US or something like that. Anyway, here comes that mega. It is it came out of Council Bluffs. They ran it to the Bluffs. The crew changed here and going now. That engine does not sound good at all. WEPX is going to be the reporting mark on this. This is loaded coal heading east. WPSX, WPEX, WEPX, all the same. Loaded coal. Now this came north out of Council Bluffs on the Council Bluffs Mo Valley sub, and is now heading east on the Boone sub. And we're gonna pause it right now and pick it up when the mid-train DPUs get here. To give you an idea, the mid-train DPUs still haven't gotten here yet, and this thing's almost at track speed. Finally, here comes the mid-train DPUs. They're just coming around the curve, and into the west, all the way to the edge. Here they come. Alright, we're going to hold on for the mid-train DPUs. Then we'll pause again and get the rear DPUs. Alright, here comes the end of our first train and the beginning of the second train. Alright, the one that's facing west is the end. And here's the beginning of and these are owned by UP. EDGX, WEPX, WEPX. Alright, we're going to pause it and wait for the rear DPUs. Well, I just noticed that there's a really bad spot right here just past the road. And watch it bouncing up and down. That's what's making all the noise right there. If they don't fix that, that'll be a derailment waiting to happen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the rear end of our mega cold rack. 3x1. And there's our bending to the east. And there it goes around the corner. Railfan Adventures, Mo Valley.